What's going on, family? It's Bashari Jones.
And I'm Kiana.
And welcome to KUWJ Live.
Yes,
the
welcome.
Lovecast, keeping up with the Joneses, where we are here to inspire.
Yes, we are.
We are here to empower.
Yes, we are.
We are here to educate. We are here to entertain.
Yes, entertain.
But most importantly, we're here to celebrate couples.
Absolutely.
From all over, from all walks of life.
Yes.
So that you can hear the love stories. And you can also learn about the glue that stick these couples together for years and years and years. Okay. And today we have a very special couple.
Absolutely.
A couple that is very dear to our hearts.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm gonna let Mrs. Jones introduce
let me do it. Yes.
This couple.
I'm excited, you guys. I've been looking forward to this interview since I scheduled this interview, because this is the one couple who has actually mentored us in troubling times in our relationship. And I want to give them their flowers because they are the longest lasting marriage that we have interviewed yet today. So, oh my goodness, this couple is not only a power couple, but they're loving and they're a great example of how a marriage should be, the way they treat each other, the way they communicate. They are just the most adorable couple. You would never know they've been married as long as they have. And I am honored to introduce to you guys today, Mr. and Mrs. Hoover.
Let's go.
All right. Let's do this.
Right.
So
today's episode is no longer called Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Not today.
Today's episode is called Keeping Up with the Hoovers.
Keeping Up with the Hoovers.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. So we start every interview the same because, me, myself, I'm a nerd. I like to watch, a lot of comic book action, Marvel, DC, all that great stuff, right? And I love to go back. I love when they show origin stories of each character, because you get a chance to see, where they come from. Like one of my favorite books of the Bible was Genesis, right? The origin story, right? It gives you the beginning of where everything started. Okay. So what we want to hear is the Hoovers origin story.
Yes.
Where it all started. Okay. Where the Hoovers met each other and this love journey began.
And introduce yourself too.
Okay. Well, I chose to do the origin story, and my name is Terry Hoover, and I am the lovely wife of this handsome man, Russell Hoover. And it's kind of like a two-part thing, and I'll give you the first part real quick, and then I'll give you the last part. My husband first ever laid eyes on me when I was in a fight in my mother's backyard.
Wow.
And I was in a fight, and he and his sister used to stay next door, and they were watching everything out the window. And his sister said at that time that the Most High told her to pray for me. And she said she took me into prayer. And the next time I saw his sister again, she was inviting me to come to church with her.
Wow.
And I went to church with her. And then that was the first time I saw her brother at church.
Wow.
And
let me say this, when we both were single parents, right, at the time, and so when I saw her, that I fully acknowledged her, she was at the church service, right? We were having a movie night, right? Showing a Christian movie. And so when everything was over, we had refreshments and all this. And I saw this young man, about 4 years old. And somebody was speaking to him, and he said, "Yes, ma'am." And as soon as I heard "yes, ma'am," I'm like, who's this kid with all these manners, right? I went to him, I said, "Hey, boy." He said, "Yes, sir." And I said, "Where your mom at, boy?" And he said, "Over there." And he pointed to it. And I started looking at it. I said, "Okay, she got some possibilities, right?" She already raised a young man up, right? And I've always valued, manners, respect. And so, I saw that. And I said, okay, so she's got the eye appeal, but she's also got she's bringing something to the table. And so I really appreciated that. And so that's when I kind of put her on the back burner of somebody I need to consider pursuing.
He was placed on the back burner.
Yeah, because I wasn't, you know, at that time I'm 20, 21 years old, and I was actually in a vow at the time. I was in a vow that I was not going to be doing any dating, so that's why I had to put her on the back burner. I wasn't dating anybody. You know,
I understand.
I was maintaining my celibacy.
I got that.
Did that up until the time we got married. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And a little bit more to our origin story. So I get to the church, and all of a sudden I start having these crazy dreams about him, right? And nothing sexual, just all these dreams about us getting married. And I'm like, hold on, I don't even know him like that. I'm not even thinking about him like that. All I want to do, I had just found the Lord. I'm like, I want to serve him with all my heart. Everything within me was just seeking him. And now I'm having these crazy dreams. I'm like, oh, devil, you are lie, the blood of Jesus. Okay, so I'm just like, and so my friend that invited me to the movie night, I confided in her about the dream, and she was blabbermouth. And she told it to somebody, and the next thing you know, it gets around to the church. And then once it get around the church, once it get around the church, it gets to him. So he came to me. We were all in the choir together, and this one particular day, something happened, and I'm like, I got mad, and I said, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm going home. So I ended up leaving church early, leaving choir practice early, and I went with the choir director's wife. So he brought the choir director home, and he told, for some reason, he just knew I was at their house, and he told the choir director to tell me to come outside. He wanted to talk to me. So with him having this vow that he wasn't getting involved with anybody, he wanted to have a conversation with me to try to let me down easy, because he's heard about these dreams about me and him getting married. And he was like, well, I don't want her to be hurt or have false expectations and all of this stuff like that, right? So that was his motive. And so when I get to the car, he's standing outside, leaned up against the car, trying to have this conversation with me, right? I got this vow, you know, and I don't want you to, you know, think that I'm trying to this, that, and the third. And I was like, hold on. Let me tell you something. I don't like you. I don't care about you. I ain't thinking about you. You see this dirt? And then I started kicking the dirt around like this. I said, I care much about you as I care about this dirt I'm kicking around right now.
She's a trip, man.
I said, I don't want to love you. I go into prayer every day asking God to give you somebody else and get you off my heart. But by the time I leave out, I'm more in love with you than I am before I left. So just leave me alone and don't say nothing else to me. And I turned around and walked away.
Now the thing about it, when she got that talking, I'm like, first she checked me, right? But the thing is, I felt in my spirit like, you know, it's something about this. This is not just one of these infatuations. You know, there's something behind this. You know, but you know, I was concerned because she had just came to the church. She hadn't been in the church 6 months, right?
No.
You know, and so I'm like, you know, why is he getting me involved with somebody that has no real root in them yet, right? And so that really concerned me. So I didn't want her salvation to be tied up in our relationship. So I gave her no reason to really be drawn to me. I mean,
he was mean.
I had my spot going on. I called it my spot. I just did not let any emotions show at all, you know. And so, and to be honest with you, she didn't know me until we got married. Because once we got married, I was able to, you know, take all Spock and become myself.
Oh,
and man, oh man,
he was so funny. I didn't even know he was funny like that.
Yeah, but it was that's kind of, you know, how things got started though.
But then this is really the tripped out part. So the choir director's wife, he and his wife stayed around the corner from me, right? And so I was supposed to go over to her house that evening to talk to her about something. And I was waiting for whatever reason. I just was waiting around. You know, I just was hanging around like, I know she waiting on me. I know she waiting on me, but I just couldn't leave the house at the time. And so I sat in the chair and fell asleep. And when the phone rang, I started to answer the phone and say, okay, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. But I got a check in my spirit and say, don't answer the phone like that. And when I answered the phone, lo and behold, it was him. And he was like, and I didn't give him my number. I don't even know how he got it. I was like, hello. And he said, hey, how you doing? And I took the phone away. I'm like, what the world? And so we had went to church, and I had wore, for whatever reason, I woke up that morning with a desire to wear this purple scarlet dress. But it was one of my little party dresses, because see, I was a party girl. So it was one of them that was braless and this jacket. And I'm like, I can't wear this to church. And so it was just like the Most High just gave me an idea on how to wear it and put it on. And so I put it on and it looked really nice. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear this to church. So I went to church, and that's the night he called me. And after saying hello, the next question was, why did you wear that purple dress?
Here's the thing. Now, I have been on this vow for, I think at this time, about 2 years. So I've been celibate now for 2 years of my salvation. And, you know, during my, you know, fasting and prayer, you know, I was reading a lot of Proverbs. And so one of the things he had shown me that he was going to prepare for me a virtuous woman. And so one of the things she wore was satin and purple, right? And so I hadn't read that scripture for a long time, but I went into prayer after service that day, and I said, you know, Most High, who is it that you want me to marry? Is this the one? And he said, I've already shown you. And so when he said, I've already shown you, he spoke to my heart that I knew he was talking about the virtuous woman. So I went back and I read those scriptures. And when it got to the purple and satin, I said, that's what she wore tonight. And so that's when I called her. I said, why did you wear that outfit? You know, and then she said, hey, you know, the Lord told me to wear that. So we were, from that moment, we were on phone for like 2-3 hours, maybe.
Wow.
I mean, it was like one of them nights where, you know, you hang up, I hang up, you know, and we were just on that phone all night.
Wow.
You know? I mean, that's when things really started cooking from that moment on.
Wow.
Nice.
I love that.
And then just a little side note, girl, when they say the way to a man's heart is his stomach, they ain't lying. Not even. I invited him and his cousin over for dinner, right? And we never had our first date until we were engaged. Let me just say. So I invited him and his cousin over because he was not going anywhere where he could not have someone protect his testimony. And I didn't have a problem with that. So I invited he and his cousin over for dinner. And so it was just me and my boys. And with kids, you know, you give them little things like when you make chicken drumsticks or thighs or, you know, something they can hold, right? And so at the time, Sean was only 2. And so I was going to the store because I was going to make some smothered chicken, mashed potatoes, cornbread, some green beans, and I think I made some cream style corn, right? Yeah. And so I was buying the food and I was getting ready to get my thighs and drumsticks like I do all the time. And the spirit checked me and said, get breasts. I'm like, breasts? I'm not going to spend all that money on them for no breasts. And so it was just like, I felt like I lost my friend. So I put the drumsticks and the thighs back. I grabbed the breast, went home, cooked the meal, and come to find out, he don't eat drumsticks or thighs. He only eat breasts. But I did not know that. So I made some smothered chicken breast, and his cousin raved on it for
weeks.
Years.
I mean, just like, dude,
nice.
Man, you know, he just kept saying, man, you know, you got it going on, Russ, man. She look nice, she can cook, she can do that, man. You're so lucky, man. You're so lucky, man. I said, yeah.
Wow, this is the first time I've ever. This is the first origin story we've heard that God gave step-by-step
I
instructions
know. Wow.
on both ends on how to make it like instructions on Noah building an ark. It's like like step-by-step instructions. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Wow.
So tell us, so how did the proposal go?
There's a story behind the proposal, and so I have to go into that because for me, one of my favorite series is Rocky, right?
Okay.
The movie Rocky, right? And when you understand Rocky, there's a person in his life that really is his sun and his moon. And who's that person?
Adrian.
Absolutely. Right? So if she's on board, man can conquer the world. Right?
Absolutely.
If not, he can't lift a fleet. So we watched the movie, right? And it got to the part where
we were watching the movie.
We were watching the movie. And so we got to the part where he was proposing to Adrian, right? Now I've watched this movie a zillion times. So I knew what that proposal represented, Adrian being his sun and his moon. And so when we got to that part, I said, hey, you want to do that? Right? And basically what I was saying is, do you want to be that for me? But unless you fully understood the value of that relationship in Rocky, it would not have registered. So for her, it didn't really click, right?
Because I never seen the movie.
Right.
So I didn't know. So when he said that, I was like, are you asking me to marry you? And he said, do you want to do that? Go ahead.
I mean, that's basically it. For me, it wasn't just be married.
Right.
But I'm talking about having something very, very special.
Right.
Because I don't care any TV relationship you can talk about. There's none like Adrian and Rocky.
No.
So for me, I'm asking you to be something very, very special. And that's how I presented it to her.
And that's how our relationships has been. If he wants to do something or venture out or step out or whatever, we have a conversation about it. And if I'm 100% on, he can shoot it and he's going to do it. If I'm not 100%, he, if it's something he feels strongly about and I say I agree, he's going to do it. But I prefer to be in that 100 percentile with him in the things that he do, because it makes a difference. I can tell in his movement, in his mindset, in his motions on how he handles it, when we're 100% on. And I also know that when we're 100% on together about anything, we can make it happen.
Oh,
beautiful.
That's what I call a power couple.
Absolutely. Salute to that.
Yes. I know. We're going to have to drink to that right
cheers to that one.
All right now.
Absolutely. So next thing is the big day.
Yeah. Let's talk about the big day.
Our wedding day?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Now remember, I told you the Most High gave me a whole bunch of dreams, right? And as the scriptures say, we dream in part. So I had a lot of weird dreams and different dreams about different things. And none of it really made much sense. But when we got married, our wedding day, I almost passed out. And my knees buckled, and my brother told me, because he walked me down, he said, girl, you better not fall on me.
Wow.
Because all those bits and pieces of the dreams that I had, I saw them that day.
Wow, that's amazing.
I just saw them all, and I was kind of just like overwhelmed, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, she was a beautiful bride too. Absolutely, flowing down. We were wearing our the bride, myself and my groomsmen. We had on tails, and everybody else had silver tuxes on, and I mean it was sharp. It was sharp, and later a couple of the parties. people that were in the party went to another after party for another wedding. And they said, you know what, you guys got to go because y'all look sharper than the groom do. You know what I mean? It was sharp. It was a very sharp party.
Very nice.
Just had a wonderful time, and you know, was looking forward to it. Had no apprehension at all. You know, sometimes people are nervous about getting married and all that, but when you know that the Most High is in it, you know, there was really no fear. You know, it was just a matter of getting that over. You know, and for us, you know, we have been engaged for 2 years. You know, I have been saved by that time about 4.5 years. And after having been a teenager and out there living wild and, you know, had no self-control, I had been by that time celibate for like 4.5 years. So our anniversary was, I mean, you know, that our honeymoon, you know, was very unique for me because it was our first time ever being together in that
Wow.
way. You know, so
I
but
bet it was off the chain, though. But
hold on. Let me say this. People try to say that we got married for various reasons, right? One, oh, they having sex, she pregnant. I didn't get pregnant until 2 years after we got married. So that was put to naught. Then just different things. People kept saying, oh yeah, they've been getting it on, we hadn't done nothing. Okay. And this is one of the keys that told it all. Now my wedding dress was sleeveless and it had like a nice little V cut in it, right? And it had lace. It was really very pretty. But so while we're standing there with the photographer and he's fluffing my dress and getting everything ready for me to take my pictures and everything like that, apparently throughout the day, my thing may have slipped down a little bit, so it's showing a little bit more than it should have been, right? And so he's standing
I can remember
next to
like
me.
It was yesterday, man. I was in a trance.
He's standing next to me like this.
I'm like, whoa.
And he was just like, those are her boobs? Oh my gosh. He was all in. He was so
I was in a
in.
trance, man.
He was so in that my pastor, she was sitting there while they were getting the pictures and everything together. She saw him and she did like this. And when I saw her, she did like that. I did like that. And I looked at him. I did like that. And when I pulled it up, he was like, so,
I was in the trance. But
he was, yeah.
Russ Hoover was thinking, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Exactly. You put it no better than that. That's perfect, bro. That's perfect.
That was it, really. And then just to make it now mind you, I had a bridal shower, but I guess he was not content with any of the things that I received at my bridal shower. In my gown and in his tuxedo, this man took me shopping.
Wow.
Something else. And we go and he buys me this sexy teddy. Now mind you, we in a store and our wedding stuff. So everybody know we just got married. And he got me going through the checkout line with him with this teddy. I'm up here like this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe this.
It's time to celebrate. It is time to celebrate.
You waited too long. This is what I want to see you in right here.
But then,
He had a long time to plan, though. You know,
Right?
but then I was so scared that I said, well, I'm gonna go take a shower. And
I watched 5 movies, man.
no way.
Well, wait for her to get ready.
It was a minute.
I'm only exaggerating a little bit.
It was a
Y'all.
minute.
I'm like, where's this girl at? Man, she got lost up in there, but that was 39 years ago.
And
that's awesome, man. That's an awesome story.
I love it. Oh,
Awesome story.
I love it.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Now it's time to have some fun.
Yes.
All right. So we're about to get to our game. It's called Know Your Partner.
Know your partner.
All right. So for those of you who are listening and for the Hoovers, the rules of this game is number one, there are no wrong answers.
There are
No wrong answers. We're going to ask us a series of between 7 to 9 questions.
Mhm.
And each individual have to write their answers down. You cannot allow your partner to see your answers.
No peeking.
Okay. You guys cannot discuss the answers
No
amongst each
table
other. It's called
talking.
table talking, right? Because Mr. Perry Gill is our table talking police. Whenever he's on with us, he'll call you out for table talking. So like I said, you guys cannot discuss the answers. Once you guys write down the answers, you want to reveal your answers. If you guys write down the same answers, you guys can celebrate however you want. You can high five, you can hug, you can kiss, you can do your partner, whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. If you guys write down different answers, then we're all going to take shots.
Gotcha.
All right. So I'm just getting our little shot glasses prepared. That's your phone.
Where is my phone?
I don't know what your phone is, but it should stop real soon. It's just going to be a sound effect in the background. It's all good. It's all good. Sound effect. I actually got to get some sound effect stuff. Are you shooting?
Yes, I'll
Okay.
shoot today.
All right.
Yes.
So you guys write down different answers. That's Tiana.
What y'all drinking?
You know what? I just went and got I'm gonna tell her to text me. I just went and got this. I don't even know. I never had this before. It's called Ivanovich.
Is it
But it's spelled Ivanovich, but it's Ivanovich. It's I think it's German or something like that.
It's mango.
No, it's from the Netherlands. It's from the Netherlands.
Okay.
So it's a mango vodka.
Okay. Okay.
I was just trying something new.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I go into the store and say, you know what, I'm just gonna try this and see what happens.
Okay.
Right.
Just curious.
It was off the
Since we're shooting shots every week.
It was off the top shelf, so I'm seeing what's happening off the top shelf. I ain't going to the bottom shelf to see what happens.
Okay.
I heard that.
Okay.
No, I ain't doing that. I pour this one less. I'm gonna give you this.
Because
one.
after the podcast, Saturday nights is usually date night.
Mhm.
So we be nice and ready.
I heard that.
I ain't mad at you, girl. Not even. Not even.
All right, so we went over the rules of the game. So we're gonna get into the first question.
Yeah.
First question we ask every single couple because this question is very important to us because this information propel our marriage forward a lot. It helped us. This is actually one of our one of the foundations to our marriage, you know, and we believe that it can help, you know, a lot of couples. I'm pretty sure you guys are about to knock this out the park
I'm
because
sure.
the wisdom is all on Russ's face, right? All right. So first question is based upon the book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. What is Terry's primary love language?
Her number one.
Her number one love language.
Do y'all need us to say them?
You can do that.
Yes.
All right. So 5 love languages. You have touch.
Mm-hmm.
You have quality time. You have acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
You have gifts.
And words
of affirmation. Touch, quality time, acts of service, gifts, words of affirmation. What is Terry's number one primary love language?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now I got high expectations. Not 39 years. Put a little pressure on you.
You get this one wrong, I'll be surprised.
No wrong
There's
answers.
no wrong
though.
answers.
No
Just
wrong
different answers. Because if we don't know,
Now
we gonna know today.
Look, we're gonna
Okay.
learn today.
Okay.
So y'all ready? Look like y'all ready.
We ready?
Guys, got it. Okay, so Russ, we're gonna have you reveal your answer first. What is Terry's number one primary love language? What did you write down?
I put down quality time.
Quality time. There we go.
Take it, you have the same answer.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Good start. We're
Good
starting off strong.
Great start. Great start. Because after these questions, we're going to throw some loops in there. All right. So next question is based off the book, The 5 Love Languages by Mr. Gary Chapman. What is Russ Hoover's number one primary love language? What is Russ Hoover's primary number one love language? Same question, but for Russ.
Go ahead and repeat the five.
Repeat them. Okay. We have touch. We have quality time. We have acts of service. We have gifts.
And
we have words of affirmation. So what is Russ Hoover's primary love language?
You writing wrong.
I'm done.
I'm ready. Can I say what I
Yeah,
think?
so go ahead, Terry. Go ahead and reveal your answer.
Touch.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Absolutely. 2 for 2. Yeah.
Let's
I
go.
love it.
Absolutely.
Okay, see, I'm getting ready to shot to these.
You gonna take a shot? Yes, you gonna take a shot. So I'm gonna shoot with you.
We're gonna shoot
We're gonna
with
shoot
you.
with you to the
Yeah,
to the 5 love languages. Shout out to Gary Chapman.
2 for 2, yes.
All right.
I love you, Terry. We drink to all the answers. Let's go. I got to bring you on now to all of the love casts, because sometimes when the answers are right, sometimes we be over here thirsty like.
I know, right?
Come on, y'all got to write something different one of these days so we can drink. All right, so you want to go ahead and do the next two questions?
So the next 2 questions I have for you guys, we'll start with Terry again. So Terry, this question refers to Russ.
Okay.
What is Russ' favorite smell? His favorite scent?
Wow.
I know, right?
When he smell it, he like,
love the smell of.
Ooh, that smell good.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some interesting answers.
We have. That's why I love asking questions like this.
This one is really, this one's interesting, and we'll have to talk about it after the answer.
Okay, good. Look, she ain't do no table talking. You see that? I love it.
Absolutely. Did you guys write your answers down yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yes. So we're going to start with you, Russ. What is your favorite smell?
It's one of my snack foods that I love the most. So what do you think it is?
I know what it is after that.
Right. What is it?
Twizzlers.
Well, that's number 2. Actually, it's popcorn.
Oh.
Popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn. And that's
No, popcorn is a very good smell. Popcorn smells very good. That's a very good answer.
When you were talking smells, I'm thinking colognes.
It could be anything.
Anything.
Okay.
Like somebody was gasoline.
Yeah, gasoline.
really? Are you serious?
No.
Wow.
Some people say newborn babies
Yeah.
or
Different
Yeah,
perfumes or colognes or food.
Colognes, because he said he always loved the way I smell.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said I love to smell good. So mine was me.
I know that's a good answer.
You know what? Regardless, we gonna drink. We gonna drink to all those answers. We're gonna take a shot.
That's to you smelling good, Terry. That was really
I really like this one. We drinking to everything.
Yeah, this is good.
This is fun. Y'all made the game real fun. We just drink to everything.
Okay, so I'm going to reverse this question. This question now applies to you, Terry. So, what is Terry's favorite scent? I know, right? Get Terry. I don't think she knows.
See what it's She's like, oh, that's a good question. Just think about it when you just walked in and you was like, man, that smell good. Just caught you off guard. It's like, woo, I love the way that smell.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hard question for me too. I'm like, I don't use my nose. You know, I got a big one. I don't use it at all. I'm truly African. I got the wide African nose.
Okay, Terry, what is your favorite scent?
Coffee.
Coffee's another good smell.
That
I do
is a
like the
good-
smell
that
of coffee.
is.
I love the smell of coffee. What did you put down?
Actually, I put cologne for me because I know you like it when I wear it.
love it when you wear it.
I don't wear it all the time, but yeah. On hindsight, yeah, coffee. Because I made the coffee for her, right?
Aw.
And you know, and I'm not a major coffee drinker. Every now and then I get into a season where I drink some coffee, but you know, I learned how to make the coffee for her. So I know that when she gets that brew in the morning, she's
and every
yeah,
morning
so-
I wake up and I say, that smells so good. That was some
Wow.
good coffee.
yeah.
Wow, we're
love
gonna
that.
take a shot
See?
to coffee.
Y'all learned something new today. Your favorite sin is popcorn and hers is coffee.
There
Y'all
we
gonna
go.
have to brew some coffee and pop some popcorn.
Exactly. Movie night.
Go on the
That's gonna be a
popping
movie
can.
night. Coffee and popcorn.
There you go. There you go.
Mhm.
All
I
right.
know it's getting hot here, right?
Right. We forgot to turn on the ceiling fan.
Yeah, we supposed to turn that on. We playing this game.
Mhm. All right. So next question
Mm-hmm.
is my nerd question.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I get a chance to be the nerd that I am.
Favorite question.
One of my favorite questions.
Mm-hmm.
I like to flip it around, twist it up sometimes, but I'm not even sure if you guys are into superheroes at all or not. But I'm going to ask it anyway. Okay. So the question is, if Russell could turn into his favorite superhero, get their powers, he loves their personality, he relates to this superhero, who would that superhero be? It could be from anybody, from Marvel, it could be DC, it could be anything else. I don't know what else is out there, but
Back in the day, remember we had
we had all kind of
He-Man and,
superheroes back in the
you
day.
know,
Yeah, but if he could be, if he could become his favorite superhero, which means he likes this, he likes their powers, their personality, you know, he really relate. Who would that superhero be?
I know we asking some questions. I know.
Because you know everybody always asks the typical questions, you know.
Yeah.
He's told me somebody, so I think I kind of know.
Oh, look
Okay.
at her.
I
She
wonder
look
if he
pretty confident, don't she?
I wonder if he remembers though.
All right, you both got your answers down?
Mm-hmm.
Rush, you ready?
Wow. I told you, huh?
You told me.
It's table talking, y'all saying a little too much
I
over
ain't
there.
say no name.
No.
I ain't say no name.
No,
but
we
he
ready
told
though.
me.
We ready.
Right.
That's like a clue.
No, I mean,
All right,
We already wrote our answers down.
I wrote the answers. Okay, all right.
Okay,
Terry, go ahead and
okay.
reveal your answer. Who's Russell's favorite superhero?
Rogue.
Rogue.
Ooh.
You said you like Rogue because
she can take all the
she
power
could
from
take
anybody.
all the power from anybody.
That is true. I have said that.
Who you pick?
Well, because of his personality and everything, I went with Superman.
Mhm.
He was the most righteous, really, of
Mhm.
all the superheroes. I would say he's most righteous.
But
Most-
Because we all know that Superman represents Yeshua, the Superman
Exactly.
who comes to Earth,
Yep,
who comes to Earth with all the superpowers, but yet
Exactly.
humility to not
Yep,
use the
yep,
superpowers to
yep.
overthrow the Earth, but to empower the Earth.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a shot to Superman.
he told me Rogue.
We're gonna take a shot.
Wrong answer.
Right, we're gonna take a shot for Superman and Rogue.
There you go.
Ooh-wee.
All right. So next question goes the other way. And that is, if Terry
Look at her face.
could become her favorite female superhero, meaning if she see this lady, she like, oh man, oh girl, she nice. She got a
She
nice,
the shiznick, right?
like I like her powers.
A superhero.
A female superhero.
It's a whole bunch of
It's a lot of them.
them. Mm-hmm.
Who would that female superhero be?
Yes. I feel like we're gonna need some.
And then just to give you a disclaimer, because some of our couples believe that if they don't have superpowers, they're not a superhero. They don't have to have superpowers. Okay, because some of them
they could be like,
because you know, we talked about, because one of our couples chose Batman for the husband, and he was like, first of all, Batman is not a superhero, he's a vigilante. Because Batman technically doesn't have any superpowers.
He got gadgets.
Right, he's just
He got
super rich and
gadgets
he's
up
very
front.
smart.
He got
brain
bunny
money.
gadgets in the brain. Yeah.
wow, a female. Who would I have as a female?
The female
That's good.
superhero. I'm sorry, I gave you too much.
I'm
Took
starting
some
to
of
feel it
yours.
already.
That's the purpose of the game. It's to feel it.
I may have to tap out on this one.
Uh-oh.
She said tap out.
I I don't know her name. I don't know what to call her.
You can describe. You can describe her.
In your notes.
Okay.
You too, Terry. If you know someone but don't know the next.
So you can't even describe her, huh? You don't even have an idea.
I'm gonna pull my shot now.
Well, you see, we always have our shots. Not that we don't think that you guys are going to get the same answers. It's just like the legal shield. You rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
I'm shot now because I tap out. I can't think of nobody. I don't.
It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna let Russ represent for the both of you.
Hey, babe.
Yeah. So it's the Avenger girl, right? The one that is it Widow?
Black Widow.
Okay. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah.
Clint's best friend.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
The Hawk's girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's my
be
girl.
her.
That's
Yeah,
my
would be her.
girl.
Yeah.
So he picked the good one for you, huh?
Oh, he picked the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we gonna shoot to salute to Black Widow.
Yes.
You know, who did her thing, made sure everybody had that they got the yellow infinity stone, the mind stone.
Exactly.
Oh
right.
yeah.
And that she was a bad girl.
Oh, she was a bad girl. She was bad.
I actually enjoyed her solo movie. Her solo movie was lit.
Oh yeah,
It was good. It was good.
Yes, it
was.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
So if I could be anybody, yes, I like hand-to-hand combat. Oh yeah.
You know who else is bad?
Who?
And I can't remember her name.
Who?
Black Panther's his right hand lady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bald head.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were getting ready to fight. I think her and Black Widow was going to fight. He said, I would love to watch that, but we got stuff to do right now.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the next question on me.
The next one, you want to do the last question, or you want to do two, or want to do a couple more? Want to do two more?
We gotta always ask our last.
We always got to last to act.
You think we got enough for 2 questions?
I think we got. Well, let's go ahead and do the last one.
Let's do the last
because they got some wisdom, and I want to have time for them to really share some wisdom.
I agree. Okay, so this will be our last question. Okay. And this question is for both of you guys. Okay. So you're both answering to this one question. This is the only time we'll ask this
question.
And
I'm really interested on what this answer is going to be.
We both answer. Do we converse?
Normally we reverse
Y'all don't converse.
it. Normally we reverse it. This one, your answer will be your only answer for this question. Okay. So normally Basharia asks this question. He's given me the privilege to ask today. Thank you, babe.
This is a beautiful question.
So we really honor and respect couples, especially power couples, those who are, impacting the world just by being awesome in their relationship and towards each other and being examples, right? And so this question is, who is the Hoovers' #1 power couple?
Wow.
Who is our #1 power?
Yeah, when you see this couple, they like, that's a standard right there. Like, that's a nice standard. It inspires us, to say, you know what, man, they doing a thing. They're setting a great example. They're setting a standard. We respect them, and they inspire us to go in and knock some stuff out.
They could be fictional. They could be real. They could be famous. It is no stipulation on who your power couple is.
And here's the great thing about this, because I know sometimes some couples discuss it. Like me and Kiana, we discussed it a lot. Like we actually watch couples and how they move. And, so we had this discussion a lot. And then some people don't discuss it, but then something may come to mind. You know what? I do like that couple. I do like the way that they move. So the cool part is that you guys may write down the same couple having not discussed it. Or you guys might write down 2 different couples having not discussed it. So you guys will find out tonight who your favorite power couple is, or
your top 2,
or who your top 2 favorite couples are, because you guys can actually have a discussion. If you write down different answers, you can have a discussion and say, well, I like them because of this. And you can say, well, I like them because of that. And you guys be like, oh, wow, okay, great perspective,
Yep. So who is the Hoovers? Hoover has it. I made y'all a theme song. Hoover. Who is the Hoovers' favorite power couple? I feel like we need some Jeopardy music on this back.
I see a pen. I see Terry with the pen.
Look at her. She writing.
I see Russ rubbing on his wisdom.
Oh, he's getting thought
I
process.
wrote down an answer, and it's only one reason why I wrote this answer down. There's a couple of reasons why I wrote it down, and I'll elaborate on that once we get to that point.
I love how they follow
You guys
the
are
rules
ready?
of the game.
I think I'm ready.
All right. So
Let Russell answer first.
Okay.
Russell's going to
Terry
answer
told us
first.
who's gonna go first.
One of the things I look for, I mean, if you're gonna be a power couple, you got to stay a couple.
That's right.
And so I've had a lot of people that I looked up to let me down because they cross the finish line, right? But there is a couple that's in business and they've been around for a long time and they're still doing their thing, right? And that's Rich Dad couple, right? Robert Kiyosaki.
Let's go. I love that answer.
Yes.
They're still doing their thing.
Robert and Kim.
Together, you know. So if it's gonna be one I'm gonna represent, it's gonna be them because they make it happen.
And you know what? And what's good about that answer is that when you talk about Robert and Kim, it gives that example of Rocky and Adrian, because Kim stood behind Robert from living in a car homeless.
Exactly, right?
You know, she was there with them the whole time. So that's a great answer. That is a great. I thought you were going to say Rocky and Adrian.
Yeah. But I'm looking for somebody real, right? You know,
no, listen.
It
didn't have to be.
It would be Rocky and Adrian.
Yeah, it didn't have to be. Actually, George and Wheezy came up. So
yes, we got that
and Terry's response was all of our response when he said that's all. That's exactly what all of us did. Yeah, he said they moving on up.
Right.
My answer was Ivy Hilliard and his wife.
I don't even know who that is.
That's pastor, right?
He's
okay.
Ivy Hilliard. He's a preacher.
Yeah.
And the reason I picked them is because during his ministry, when he was first starting out and stepping out and had a good job, and the Most High called him from his job to be a full-time preacher, where he was making probably thousands of dollars every 2 weeks or every week, and had to go down to $300 a week. His wife stayed with him.
Wow.
During the time where he said he had to pick out people where he had to go to their house. We come into your house after church for lunch.
Wow.
Dinner, because they didn't have money
Wow.
and things of that nature, and she still stuck with him.
Right.
That's amazing.
During the time where he was sick and on basically almost on his deathbed, she stuck with him. And they are still married today, and now they own over 1 million square foot of property. They have churches all over the place. He has his own his jet business.
Wow.
Where he sells private jets.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Stuck in there with him. So you're talking about a power couple.
Let's go.
That's my power couple.
Let's go.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So the thing about the power couple question, I meant to say this before we asked it. We take a shot to we salute all the power couples.
No question.
No question.
We always take a shot to these power couples. So the Kiyosakis, and what was the pastor's name and his wife?
Ivy Hilliard and his
Ivy Hilliard. So the Kiyosakis and the Hilliards.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah.
Salute.
And thank you guys for being examples.
Yes.
This has been awesome, my brother. This has been awesome.
Absolutely. So we want to congratulate the Hoovers on a great know your partners game. Thank you guys for being good sports and participating, because even though it seems like a game, there's actually knowledge and wisdom in the game, because you get a chance to learn some things about your partner that you may not have known. And it also gives perspectives and thoughts that you may not have thought about before. So we appreciate you guys.
Yes.
For participating, because for me personally, it's like wisdom and inspiration exudes through the camera. Off of you guys. Like, I don't know if it's the beard or if it's just or if it's the spirit. I believe it's the spirit, though. I believe it's you guys' spirit that you guys exude wisdom, knowledge, and inspiration. So
I love you guys.
we appreciate you guys being on. So
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So what we want to do now is we actually want to promote you guys.
Yes.
Because we know that you guys are a power couple.
Mhm.
Okay, you guys are a couple that we look up to.
Absolutely.
You know, that we watch the Hoovers move, and you know, and we
Yes.
appreciate the way that the
Hoover
Hoovers
has it.
move, because you guys are business owners. You know, you guys
Yes.
are about ownership. You guys are about empowerment.
Yes.
So we want to give you guys the time to promote what it is that you do and where they could find you. So if people need you, they can find you.
Yes.
Okay, first I have one question.
Mhm.
Now, is this going to end everything, or are we going to be able to give the words of wisdom after?
That's the last thing that we do.
Afterwards, yes.
I know I'm so busy.
That's why we love you.
I definitely want to share some of the things that I'm doing, but there is one little nugget that I think is important, you know, for all of our couples.
That's after, baby. That's
No,
after.
you said
They should share the business.
Yeah, promote what you do first. Yeah.
got you. All right. Well, for me, you know, I do a lot of different business things, primarily with cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
Also, I do something with stocks and stock options, but my primary platform is with cryptocurrency and smart contracts. I've done, you know, Forex training and different things too, which is powerful skills there. But I like the smart contract platform because it does not require a lot of training and study. And a lot of the people that I had on my team that were with me doing some of the other projects, they just did not have the desire really to go in there and do this training, right? They just wouldn't give the attention to the training. And so the smart contracts doesn't require anything, because the smart contracts do everything for you.
Absolutely.
All you got to do is just simply bring the people to the platform, and the platform, you know, executes everything for you. So that's what I love about it. And you can generate some just tremendous amounts of income from very small seed, right? It doesn't take a lot of seed to do it. A person can get started with $100 and generate hundreds of thousands. So I love it. I love that. Yeah. But then my wife, you know, we've been doing business together, you know, since the 80s. You know, the first business we did together was JC and me. She would design logos, and we would do screen printing for a lot of different companies.
Nice.
We did printing for, you know, the Pontiac school system.
Oh, we locked them up.
Yep, the whole Pontiac school system, fire department. We did Shields Pizza, Total Armor, Hudson's. We would design logos for a lot of different companies. In fact, the hat you see right now is she designed this logo for me. This is the skill team, right? This is
nice.
I'm actually writing a book right now about the skill team.
Good book.
Yeah, superabundance through knowledge, integrity, love, and leadership. That's what the skill stands for. That's, you know, so we're going to be getting this out for, it's a youth program. It's going to be going into the schools probably sometime in 2023, and we're going to be, you know, building some teams of young people around that, and teaching them, you know, a lot of principles about life and finance.
Nice.
Wonderful. So what's your platform for them to reach you, or your phone number?
Where they can find you, yeah.
Well, they could contact me. I have a problem with the phone number, 313-241-1757, or russ.hooveragency@gmail.com, russ.hooveragency@gmail.com. Either of those two methods will be fine to get in touch with me. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Well, me being I've always been a creator. Like I said, with JC and me, it started in our home, where at the point we couldn't keep the business grew so fast we couldn't. My house turned into a storehouse, and we had to get a building, and that grew where we went from almost $1 million. You know, we were heading towards $1 million when somebody broke into our business and set it on fire, and the whole course of our lives. But so now I'm doing a couple of things. I have something in the works that I'm not really talking about just yet. I'm still working on it. Once we get everything done and prototypes done, I will get that out into the marketplace. But I do have something, and it is called paintings. This is My mother is, my people are from the South. We're from Louisiana. And people used to pay my mother to cook for them. Okay. My grandmother. And so I used to eat people's chicken. And you know how you eat some chicken, you be like, oh, this is real good. And then you eat some chicken, you be like, I need some hot sauce. With peonies, you don't need anything. All you need to do is clean the chicken, put the peonies on it, put some flour on it, and fry it.
So how can we reach you?
You can reach me at ladyt.hoover. That's LADY.HOOVER@gmail.com. And you can place an order. The jars are $10.99 a jar, but it does up to 20 pounds of chicken. And trust me, it is delicious.
People raving.
I have not had one person that have tried it that did not like it. You don't put any seasoning on it. All you do is clean your chicken and put this on the chicken, flour, and fry it. It's done.
Wow, that's amazing.
What's up. We're gonna have to try that out because
I'm gonna send you some.
Yeah. Okay, good.
You got some people that they won't even have.
We got like 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left.
So we want to take this last 3 minutes for you guys to give the world a tip that you guys have used to last over 38 years.
Yeah, for me, the biggest one, being a blended family, we had to kind of find really a principle or a law that would really give us guidance through, navigating through all of that, right? Sometimes, mothers or mother-in-laws can get in the way. Sometimes children can get in the way and create problems, right?
Yeah, we know about that one.
Right. So here's the thing. When in the beginning, when he created Adam, he said it's not good that he should be alone. So he made Eve, right? And with that, he said, the two of them shall become one flesh. And when I considered that scripture, I realized that the only two people can ever become one flesh is the husband and wife. A man does not become one flesh with his son or his daughter. A mother does not become one flesh with, her son or her daughter. Only the husband and the wife can become one flesh. And so what I, concluded from that is, out of all the relationships you can have on the planet, the highest relationship is that between the husband and the wife.
Yes.
All other relationships fall behind that, right? So you should not let your, if you're a single mom with a son and you get married, you do not put your son ahead of your husband.
Absolutely.
Right? You don't do that. Your husband becomes first place.
Absolutely.
Right? Husband, if you got a good relationship with your mom, don't let your mom take the top seat over your wife.
Yes.
Right? The husband and wife, that is the highest relationship. And if you can learn to respect that and all other relationships fall behind that, you're going to give yourself a very good chance of succeeding in your marriage.
And one quick thing I want to throw in there real quick. I'm going to talk real fast, so hopefully you can get it. If you guys have issues and you have a hard time communicating, write a letter. Because women, we don't have a hard time communicating. Most of the time, we can tell you how we feel. Men, you have a hard time. Sometimes you need time to meditate and think on it. Women, write a letter to the man, give him time to think about it, and then he can respond to you, and then you can have some communication and some dialogue.
Very well.
Listen, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna have to bring the Hoovers back on for our roundtable discussion.
The Hoovers have it.
We will be having a roundtable discussion coming up soon. We just want to give a shout out to Sandman, Michael Sandman Sanderlin, for allowing us to be on this platform. Sandbox Worldwide, radio.sandboxradio.com, Sandbox Worldwide. So you make sure you guys get the app, make sure that you guys tune in, and also make sure that you follow us, KUWJ Live, on every platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that, right? And make sure that you guys come over to the YouTube channel so that you can see Russ Hoover's beard. Because it is lit. Okay, so we thank you guys. We will see you guys next week with another powerful couple. Peace and love, family.
Good night.
Blessings, y'all.
Good night.
Blessings.
Good night.